Manifesting simply means that you want something, you desire something, and then it becomes a reality. And in this video, we're going to be talking about it because I believe that you can manifest literally anything that you want, even your desired appearance. A lot of people say like, yeah, but you just changed your hair, or you just learned how to do makeup, or whatever, you just grew older. Yes, part of those things are definitely true. Something that a lot of people don't understand is that when it comes to manifesting, you kind of just have to trust the process and follow the steps that come along the way. And that's how you manifest something. A lot of people get confused like, okay, I want to manifest a smaller nose or something else, more money. They always try to fill in what the how is. Like, how do I make this happen? But if you just fully trust that you can create your desired life and you follow the steps along the way, like opportunities will come for you if you fully trust this desire, whatever. If you fully trust, it will come. Like, the steps will come. So it's also the same with this. Like, a lot of people can be like, yeah, but you just learned how to do makeup. Yeah, but I didn't know that a couple years ago. I also didn't know that my eyebrows were too thick for my face, or were too big for my face, and then I trimmed them. So that's what manifestation is. You just follow the steps that come along the way, and if you trust and fully believe that it's gonna happen for you, it has already happened for you, and it's gonna happen. You are literally in the process of making it happen. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today, on how I did it. Today we're going to be talking about how I did this, how I manifested my dream face or whatever. Before we do, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date whenever I post a video. So I have a video about how I manifest things in general, like this is something that works for me, but I'm going to tell it like really quickly. When I want to manifest things, I need to visualize, okay? So if I want something, I just visualize until it happens, because that makes my brain believe somehow that it's already mine. Because your mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is not real. And if you literally like attach a certain emotion to that vision that you're visualizing, your brain is going to think that it's real. So then it's going to happen for you. Like I already said, when it comes to manifestation, you just need to trust and know that it's already yours, that it's already happened. So if you want a smaller nose, like that's my experience. I wanted a smaller nose. So I visualized my nose getting smaller. But then I also needed to take some action, right? But I didn't know that. I was like, I want a smaller nose. That's it. And like I said, if you trust that you can have that, if you believe fully believe that you can have something, there will like be an opportunity or a way for you to make this happen. For me, I came across massaging my nose, like facial massages and whatever. So I started doing that. And because I was like, oh my god, this is the way for me to do it. So I was already in a process of like making it happen. I started massaging my nose, and my nose indeed got smaller. But you shouldn't make this any harder than it is. And a lot of people can be like, yeah, but this is not manifesting. This is just simply doing something to make it happen, right? But who said that manifesting means that you don't have to do anything? Like sometimes you don't have to do anything. Sometimes it just happens. But that depends on what kind of situation it is. Like, for example, if you want to be a content creator, or if you want to start a business, you still need to like open a TikTok page to start posting on it, or a YouTube page or a YouTube channel. You still need to like buy a website domain to create your website, right? So these are still actionable steps that you need to take in order to make this happen, right? So do you understand what I'm saying? For me, back in the day, I used to be very insecure. I was not happy with what I looked like, who I was, literally anything. I didn't like myself at all. Also, I didn't accept myself. I was not appreciating, like, for example, I used to be very insecure about my race, I guess, which sounds really stupid, but I didn't want to be a brown girl. No, I didn't want to. Because I felt very like I was bullied all the time, so it made me very insecure, and my beliefs were that I couldn't be pretty, or that I couldn't like get attention from like people because I was ugly or whatever. It were stupid beliefs like that. So I was not a confident person at all. I was a totally different person back in the day. I also I used to look up to like a lot of like celebrities and singers and whatever. And I was like, oh my god, I wish I was pretty like Ariana Grande or Zendaya or whatever. I loved Megan Fox also. She was so gorgeous. I was like, oh my god, I wish I looked like that. But I just simply never like thought of myself as a beautiful person. Okay, I thought I was ugly, and a lot of people around me could definitely tell that I was insecure. So obviously, what do people do when they see an insecure person? They bully them. So that's simply what happened, because I truly believed that I couldn't be more pretty. I believed that I was just ugly and that I could never change and that I will only be ever ugly. Like, so basically, at some point, I was like, no, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to hate myself. I don't want to think that I'm ugly. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I hate what I'm seeing. So I've said it in a lot of videos mine. I just went to my mom and I was like, I need some help. Like, seriously, I feel insecure as heck. Like, I don't know if I can live with myself sometimes. Like, it was that crazy at some point. So my mom is a coach, so she helps people like improve themselves and whatever, also in their life, career. But she was like, you need to work on your confidence, because confidence is also plays a huge part. So I needed to learn how to love myself. I needed to take care of myself. I needed to find a way to accept myself. And learning to love yourself and accepting yourself takes a lot of time. Because when you learn to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are, it doesn't matter what anyone else says about you. If someone tells you that you're ugly, it shouldn't do anything to you. You shouldn't feel anything about it, because you're like, okay, well, that's your opinion, but I love myself and I don't give a shit. So I needed to come to that point, and that only happened like maybe 2 years ago. I was like, oh my god, I don't give a shit anymore what anyone thinks of me, because that took time. And when I like asked my mom for help, that was seriously when I was 14 or 15. That's over 5 years ago. So yeah, it took a lot of time. And over time, I have come to realize that the way you talk to yourself is so important. If you talk negative about yourself, even if it's like sarcastic or as a joke, you shouldn't do any of that. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you hate what you see, don't stop. Also, when you make a mistake and you just tell yourself that you suck and that you always do something wrong, don't do that. The way you talk to yourself is so incredibly important. And when I became aware of that, that is when I realized, like, oh my god, I'm so negative to myself. Like, how would the younger version of me feel if I would talk to myself like this? That would be crazy, right? Like, imagine your younger self and you talk to them like that. That's not normal. Whenever I caught myself with a negative thought, I would literally pause myself and I would reframe it in the moment. So that is something that I started to practice with. I started to analyze my own thoughts and start to reframe them and shift them. I also started to talk to myself in the mirror, and I started to like focus on things that would make me feel more grateful. Like I was focusing on gratitude, which made me feel overall so much better. Like, when you focus on all the things that you lack, that will grow. When you focus on everything that is actually pretty good in life, that also will grow. And gratitude is so incredibly powerful. So it doesn't matter if you want to manifest whatever, but start with gratitude. You're like, okay, but it doesn't have anything to do with manifesting. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Literally, this whole process of you learning how to manifest and changing your mindset, changing your life, whatever, it all like goes together. It seriously all goes together. You don't have to make it hard. You need to keep it as simple as possible. Like, I would never tell you to make it hard, but you also need to like create some, like, you need to practice with this kind of stuff. In this whole process, I also learned that I had a lot of limiting beliefs. Like, I didn't believe that I could become like a more prettier person, or that I could even become a more confident person, or that I could step in a room and just be myself. Like, I couldn't imagine that. I literally thought that this was my limit and that I couldn't grow. But the difference is that I wanted to be better. And when you have that intention, like, okay, I want to better myself, I want to grow to be like to the best version of me, like I want to be better every day, you will. Because our mind, our beliefs, whatever, we might think that we have limits, but in reality, we are all literally limitless. It's just what you believe. And if you have that feeling inside of you, like, I want to be better, I want to get better, you can. So at the time, I was like, okay, I started to work on my mindset. I started to read more books about how to grow as a person, how to become more confident. I also started to build more confident over time, because if you want to know how you build confidence, I have a video about that, but it's in a short story. You need to build trust with yourself. When it comes to confidence, you just need to trick your mind that you are better than your limiting beliefs, okay? Than your negative, like, thoughts or whatever. So you need to set goals for yourself that are realistic for you to achieve, because if you tell yourself, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days in a week, and you don't do it, your mind is gonna be like, haha, see, you didn't do it. So start with one simple thing that you can achieve and build it up from there. In that same period of time, I also started to like figure out what kind of like style I want to wear, what kind of makeup I wanted to wear, how I wanted to do my hair, and simple things like that. So over time, I also like got aware of like, okay, what fits my face the best, okay? And I used to have like really like full eyebrows, and I'm saying like full, like really full. And everyone is like, okay, why did you make them so thin? Because it looks so much better on me. Like, are you stupid? What? You cannot lie to me right now. But I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna keep making them thin because it looks so good on me. So I started to look at things like at makeup, at haircuts that would fit my face, because there are so many different shapes of faces and noses and whatever. So you need to find something that fits for you. So it also comes the same with clothes. Like, what kind of aesthetic do you want to be? Like, you don't have to choose one. You can be whatever, because I have many different kinds of clothing styles, but I do wear what fits my body type the best. So I started to experiment with that. I had a phase in my life where I used to wear only like baggy clothes. I thought at the moment that was like the best for me, but when I look back, I'm like, it makes me look very messy or something. So I found a clothing style right now that fits the best for me, and I feel really comfortable. You also need to ask yourself, do I feel comfortable with this kind of clothes or this kind of makeup or this kind of hair? Like, nobody gets to tell you what you can do. You can literally do it yourself. You have free will. You can choose your own destiny. You are in control of your own life. You know what? Because I set the intention like, okay, I want to become more confident, I want to become more prettier, I want to love myself for the way I look. That's also when opportunities started to come for me, because at the time I had really bad acne. Then also, I met a woman at the time who gave skin treatments. I was like, what? Oh my god. And when I started to do that, that's also when a world opened for me, because I was like, oh my god, I can finally get rid of my acne. And that also really helped. So when it comes to manifestation, you just need to follow the steps that come along the way. If you tell the universe and God right now, I want to become more skinnier, or I want to become more prettier, or I want to have a smaller nose. The universe has heard you. You just need to trust and follow along. You need to see the opportunities. You need to be open to see the opportunities, so you can make actionable steps, so you can make it happen. Also, in the example that I gave, I manifested a smaller nose. Yes, because I found that you can massage your nose. I didn't know that. And I literally found that, and I started to do it, and then it happened. So when you are following the steps along the way, you're already making it happen. It's already gonna happen for you, because you're literally following the trail. It's so incredibly simple. Back in the day, I used to overcomplicate everything. But it's so easy. Also with manifesting your appearance. Like, okay, you wanna lose weight, or you wanna gain weight. Follow the trail. Start eating more, start eating less, go to the gym, start working out, start gaining muscles. Simple things like that. Like, it's seriously that simple. So take aligned action. Take action that align with your goal. And usually this kind of action is just some random idea that you get randomly, or a sign that you suddenly see. Like, for me, it was the nose massages. I was like, oh damn, I can literally do this. I was not seriously looking for it, I just found it. And also, one very important thing, and then I think I'm done with the video. but how you feel on the inside about yourself will reflect on the outside. So at the time I felt like shit, I was bullied, I hated myself. That also reflected on the outside. The moment that I started to work on myself, that I started to like get more peace inside of me, that is also when it started to show on the outside. The reason I overall think I had acne is because I was feeling so shitty with myself. I hated myself. I was eating like a lot of sugar, chocolate, all kind of things that also weren't healthy for me, because I was just filling up a hole in myself, and then my skin just started to react really badly. I also became aware of that, and when I started to work on myself, on my confidence, on loving myself, accepting myself, that is when my appearance also started to change. So it's both. You need to take action that will get you there, but you also need to do the work inside of yourself. So I guess that this was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of this. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be up to date whenever I post a video. And all I can say is just like trust the process. You set the intention, you can make it happen, because we are all in control of our own lives. So go for it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.